Hey friends, welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of Gemma Darling Daily. I'm your host Danielle, everyone calls me Danny, and you can as well. So, I had notes for today's episode and they are nowhere to be found, so we're just gonna wing it. And what's today, July 22nd? I think so. It is raining cats and dogs outside. I don't think I've ever seen rainfall like this. It's monsooning. And of course, as the new gardener that I am, I'm worried about my little babies outside. I'm sure they'll be fine. And tomorrow I'll probably go outside and there'll be like 9 new cucumbers. Tonight we ate one of the eggplants that I grew. I made eggplant parm and it was actually really good. So hopefully I'll live to see tomorrow. I'm very nervous about eating out of my own garden, which is kind of weird considering I'll eat stuff out of a food store that comes from like God knows where and is full of pesticide probably. So I've been trying to eat organic ever since Franny was born. It's expensive. So I thought I'd grow a vegetable garden this summer and guess what? Just as expensive. We don't really have like plots of land here that see the sun all day. So I bought those raised bed planters and I had 2. Now I have 3 and I just ordered a 4th because I planted every seed that was in the packet not knowing that they all would come up. And I just can't kill a plant if there's nothing wrong with it. Just doesn't make sense to me. So I've been buying more planters and then like digging them up with their roots and like spreading everything out. And then all of a sudden like all of these vegetables pop up. So yeah, we can talk about that more later. I am so discombobulated. I've been trying to podcast for, God, like a month now, probably. I mean, I don't like to podcast when I don't feel like I have too much to tell you. I like to wait until there's stuff to tell you. But I don't know. I don't knit very, very quickly. And, you know, I do want to visit with you guys more often. And I wrote all these notes out and I can't find my notebook. And, I don't know, this month has just been really, really weird. Like a lot of stuff happened in my family, some good, some bad. We're all okay. But I just, you know, like life happens. Like my last episode was called, it was just life happens. And so you can't always podcast and that's the way it is. So anyway. Okay, so my video card was just full. So, let's try this again. I've been trying to start talking about the Tits Out Collective, but since my memory card died, I went downstairs because I realized I have a finished object. It's not completely finished, but it's almost finished, and I forgot to bring it up. And so I grabbed that, and I think my camera is crooked, and I am so discombobulated today. Okay, let me straighten this out. Okay, that feels better. All right, so while I was looking for stuff downstairs and looking for another memory card and now my hair looks like an Oompa Loompa, I found my notes. So hopefully the rest of this podcast is going to go smoother. Let's try it. Okay, thank you to everyone who shopped the D-Stash. I hope you guys got some really great yarn. I obviously have a ton of yarn and it was really great to share it with you guys. You know, you just realize there are some skeins you just don't reach for. And so I was like, you know what, let me just give them to someone else. Let me share them because, you know, you guys could really turn them into something beautiful. Whereas here in my stash, they were just going to rot. And that's just a damn shame. So I'm really glad that a lot of you found stuff that you're really excited about. There's still stuff going up in the D-Stash daily. I put up stuff every time I go stash diving and I'm just like, you know, sometimes I really love a skein. I'm just like, it's just not my colors and I'm not going to reach for it. So I have a friend who's doing a D-Stash also, and I'm going to put it in the down bar here. She has 500 skeins to unload and she's got gorgeous, gorgeous stuff, guys. So if there are a lot of brands that you're just not able to get your hands on readily, I'm sure that she will have them. So please follow this Instagram account. And, you know, the first drop is in a couple days, so get ready. So thanks to everyone who shopped my D-Stash though. My D-Stash page is going to stay up, and if I have anything else that I want to unload, I'm just going to keep putting it up. So keep following. Let's consult the notes for the next thing to talk about. Okay. Cast-ons. I don't know. I guess I'm doing it backwards, but I wanted to talk about this cast on that I think is absolutely gorgeous. It's called the Thunderstorm Toque, and I don't know how I stumbled across this pattern. It was on Ravelry, and I just really wanted to make it. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, though, because I've never done baubles and I've never done cabling. But, you know, we have to challenge ourselves, and hats are the greatest ways to challenge yourself. So, this is the pattern. It's called the Thunderstorm Toque. And it's by Abby Dahl, D-A-H-L. It's at the bottom here. I wish it was on the top so I could give her better credit. I'm sorry. Anyway, look at it again. This hat is just absolutely gorgeous. And if you notice at the top over here, I'm on the other side, over here, it formulates like a star on top of your head, which is so cool. I don't know if there's a picture of the star. No, I usually don't print out every page of a pattern. I don't usually print out a lot of the pictures, so I'm not sure if there is a picture, but if you go on Ravelry and look up the Thunderstorm Toque, you will see all of these pictures of it, and the top of it literally is this really cool star. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I went stash diving because I was like, it's really only takes 1 to 2 skeins of DK, and of course, I wound something that's worsted. Why? Why? I have bins full of DK, but for some reason, the yarn I chose is worsted. I don't know that I'm definitely going to cast on with this. I don't even remember what it is, and I don't have the tag. I think it's Malabrigo. And I really love these honey colors lately. I'm into the honey colors. But, you know, I still have to cast on with my beehive yarns. I have so much stuff to do, guys. I need to learn how to knit faster. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys, this is going to be my travel project because I did finish my other travel project. I like to have a small project on the needles and then like some bigger projects that I just work on at home. And so let's see, what is next here? Let's talk about my FO because, as I said, I like to have something small on the needles that I can grab and take with me, or I can work on when Franny's watching TV. And this was my Glacier Park Cowl by Caitlin Hunter. And I love the colors together, guys. I love the colors. I think it came out really pretty. For some reason, my gauge was like really big towards the end and really tight at the beginning. But I haven't woven in the ends. I haven't picked up the 2 or 3 dropped stitches that for some reason did not affect the pattern. Go figure. But I really love it. I mean, look at this pattern, guys. It looks beautiful. It's a really, really, really great beginner colorwork pattern. So if all of you guys, well, not all of you, but if some of you are scared to jump into colorwork because you just don't know if you're going to know what to do with your hands and this and that, try this pattern. It really is great. So let's see, let me try it on. Now I have wool all over my lip gloss. Anyway, I hope it gets a little bit bigger when I block it. I'm actually happy that it was tighter on top and looser on the bottom towards the end. So I really think it's pretty and it's really warm. And I only have one of them in here. So I was using, the light pink was Peony by Hooker's Corner, which if you guys aren't using Hooker's Corner yarn, you have to go to her website. I think she has a brand new website. It's Kathy from Hooker's Corner. I love her. I consider her one of my really good fiber friends. And her yarn really, it's dyed very, very well. And I have all this fuzz now on my lip gloss, which is just a no. All right. And then the dark color is Resand by Wool and Vine Yarns. And I know everyone always talks about how hard it is to get Wool and Vine yarn, and there is a reason why it's hard to get her yarn. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at the colors in this. Can you see the depth of colors in this skein, in this cake? She's an incredible dyer, and I have never been disappointed with anything she's dyed, anything I've knit with of hers. Gorgeous. So, guys, this is the Glacier Park by Caitlin Hunter. I highly recommend it. It was an enjoyable knit. It was intuitive and fun, and it didn't scare me. And I was scared of colorwork. So you'll be seeing me rocking this at Indie Untangled. Corrado, Lark, and I are going to be working the Indie Untangled table the entire day. So please come by and say hi to us. We're going to be the Sicilians that are controlling Indie Untangled this year. I don't know if Lisa knows what she got herself into, but yeah, it's going to be a good time. He can sing, I can't sing, so he'll probably be singing and I probably won't. There you go. I love it. So I'm going to block it lightly, make it like a little bit bigger, but I kind of like how it's tight by the neck because everyone wants it to be tight. I don't really like cowls that kind of droop open. So, but the bottom is good because the bottom just kind of sits along my shoulders. So really, really enjoyed this knit. I really did. And it's not, I think I knit it in 1 month, which for me is really, really good because you guys know I don't knit so often because I have just a lot of little creatures that need to be fed 24 hours a day. Do any of you moms just feel like you're a chef? Okay, these bangs. I got caught in the rain today. Not good. Anyway, I pumped up the curls, but the bangs, once your bangs are bent, they're bent. That's it. So as you guys know, I've been showing you all of the machete shop yarn that I bought to start my Tecumseh sweater. And Tecumseh, of course, is a pattern by Caitlin Hunter, and everyone and their mother is knitting it. I think someone even made sweaters for their dogs, which that is awesome. I picked 3 colors from Machete Shop, and then by mistake, I started with the wrong skein of yarn. So I am using Tula by Machete Shop, which is this gorgeous cream with these pinks and browns and golds. And you guys know how much I love Brittany from Machete Shop, but her yarn does not disappoint. This yarn is gorgeous. And I'm also using Toasted Almond. That's not what it's called. Glazed Pecan from Madeline Tosh, because this is my all-time favorite colorway. And it is not disappointing. I really like the way it's knitting up. It's a little bit thicker than the Machete Shop, but it actually kind of looks cool. I have fuzz all over my face now. It kind of looks cool. It's giving it kind of like a little bit of a 3D kind of thing going. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So I got the idea to just use 2 colors instead of 3 from Chelsea of Chelsea and Sue from the Legacy Knits podcast. She, of course, was using their own hand-dyed yarn, but I saw that she was only using 2 colors, and I really liked it. The third color that I chose for this was this dark maroon color, and it would have looked gorgeous. I mean, it absolutely would have looked gorgeous. The color was Sassenach by Machete Shop. But once I started doing the crosses, I mean, I guess they're pluses. Let's call them pluses. The pluses in the Mad Tosh, I just knew I had to continue with it, so I ordered some more, and I love it. I love it. And it's a really, really simple pattern. I think that's why maybe a lot of people are knitting it. You know, sweaters can be daunting, but this seems to be something that's just going to knit itself. I am enjoying the knit, and even though I'm using a yarn that has lots and lots of speckling to it, and some of the speckles are the same color as my contrasting color, you can still see the shields. Plain as clear, plain and clear. Are they leaves? Are they shields? I've been calling them shields. Some of them are cleaner than others. Like these are pretty clear, but then these are not as clear. But I just think it looks cool anyway, right? So I'm really happy with it, and I'm excited to wear it to Rhinebeck. It's going to be our Saturday sweater. I thought I would have time to knit a Friday sweater. Probably not, but I think I'm going to have to wear the Indie Untangled t-shirt anyway. So I'm just going to make myself that hat and the cowl and wear that with my t-shirt. So there you go. But I am excited to work at Indie Untangled. It's going to be a lot of fun with Corrado, my yarn husband, who I love with all of my yarny heart, who has yet to give me a yarny ring. Okay, Corrado, could you, like, you know, I-cord maybe? That would work. I mean, I've got this for my other husband, and he's been demoted to my other husband now. Hi, Andy. I can't demote him. He gives me my yarn allowance. He's very cool about all this, guys. Very cool. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great with your Tecumseh. I was talking with Christina from Chelsea Yarns, and she and I were talking about how we wanted to knit this for our Rhinebeck sweater and how everyone is really knitting this for their Rhinebeck sweater. And so she and I are going to do a knit along. And then the ladies from the Knothouse were at her store this past week, and they decided they want to do it with us. So the three of us are all, well, four of us, because there's two ladies from the Knothouse. And I guess there's two Chelsea Pearls, because we can't forget about Miriam. So the five of us are going to be hosting a knit along starting on August 1st and going probably until, I would say, the week before Rhinebeck, or maybe up until Rhinebeck itself. And we're going to be trying to collect all sorts of prizes for you guys. And if you're in another KAL, in another Tecumseh KAL, that's fine with us. You can double dip. We don't care. We're loose and happy. It's fine. I have to get all the rules from her. She and the ladies from the Knothouse and I just have to confer and make sure we're all on the same page. But, you know, August 1st. So please, guys, choose your colors. I'm going to start a Ravelry thread. I want to see all the colors that you pick. And even if you're already knitting one, unless you're like, let's say if you haven't split for the sleeves yet, you can join our KAL. Let's put it that way, okay? Because I don't need someone who's like almost done to hop into the KAL. It's a knit along. You're supposed to knit with us. So if you haven't split for the sleeves yet, join in. I think that should be fine. Now, if you finish your Tecumseh, of course, you are eligible for a prize. If you buy the yarn from Chelsea Yarns or from the Knothouse, you get 2 entries. So if you haven't bought yarn yet, if you haven't planned your Rhinebeck sweater, I think this is going quite fast. It's a very, very wonderful knit. It's easy to count the rows. It's easy to keep track of. It's a nice loose knit. So none of us are going to be like trying to suck it in at Rhinebeck. We're just going to be happy under our big Tecumseh. So that's one of the reasons I chose the pattern. No lumps and bumps, okay? I'm a little self-conscious these days. Happens. I like to wear my muumuus in the summer. You guys know I wear all my muumuus. I'm a little hippie bohemian mommy. But back to what I was talking about. If you do buy your yarn from those 2 stores, they are wonderful, wonderful stores. You're going to get 2 entries for the prize. I know that Brittany from Machete Shop is putting together some Tecumseh kits, I think in her next update. So please hop on over to macheteshop.com if you want to try some of her yarn. Unfortunately, it's not worth an extra entry, but you will be really happy with the product that you get at the end. So, and pay attention, she has 2 DKs. I think one is like OG DK, which is 100% superwash, and then she has one that's dirty DK, which is 25% nylon, 75 superwash. So check that out. I love her yarn. But again, this is going to be a KAL with Christina and Miriam, the Chelsea Pearls from Chelsea Yarns, and the ladies from the Knothouse. And I am dying to go to the Knothouse, so maybe I'll get to go at some point. I'm just super excited that Rhinebeck is coming. I want to know who's coming. I want to know where you guys are all staying. I want to know everything because it's going to be such a fun weekend. I hope we get good weather. Not like last year when it was like a beach and we should have been wearing crocheted bikinis. It was a little hot last year, but you know, it was kind of nice because I had Franny with me and it's easier to deal with the children when it's not cold and raining. So that's true. She will be with me again this year. Not on Friday at Indie Untangled, obviously, because I'm working, but on Saturday, I think the whole family's coming. So that'll be fun. My mom is making her Rhinebeck sweater, which is a mini Sunset Highway. And then if I get a chance, I'm going to try to make a mini Tecumseh for her. And Caitlin, if you're watching, and I know you're not, or if anyone's watching that knows Caitlin, hey, Christy, tell Caitlin. We need a mini Tecumseh pattern. A mini one. Because I don't want to have to do the math. So let her do the math. Anyway, guys, that's my Tecumseh. I hope you guys will join the KAL. I'm going to try to get down to Chelsea Yarns in the next couple weeks so that we can film something telling you the exact rules of the KAL. But as I said, it's starting on August 1st. So start your Swift. Get your yarn ready. And we can all knit along and get ready for Rhinebeck. Okay guys, let's talk about a movement that took over the knitting community in July. All hail Countess Ablaze, seriously, all hail, because you started such a movement with that Tits Out Collective. And I wish I could have been a part of it. I'm not a creator like, you know, the wonderful indie yarn dyers or the pattern makers. I wish I could have been more of a part of it. I did the destash, and I am going to give 20% of what I earned in the destash to breast cancer awareness and research, because I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I did have a little episode in July, and I do want to tell you guys about it because you're my friends. But I think that the Tits Out Collective was really important for a lot of reasons. We all came together. And I love this community that comes together when there's really a good cause. And so I wish I could speak more to it. It was not my movement, so I don't feel like it's my place to explain everything. I really hope you'll go over to Countess Ablaze on Instagram and to her website and read up all about it. There were, I think, 287 makers and designers and indie dyers that joined in, selling their version of her colorway and giving a certain portion of the proceeds to their favorite charity. And I don't know, I haven't followed up, but I don't know if Countess Ablaze actually compiled how much money was made and given to charity, but it had to have been a lot of money. And you guys, it just really shows how there's power in numbers, and when women band together, great things happen. I really, really firmly believe that. So I wanted to bring to you my Brio Duo of the week. I know you guys are always waiting for this with bated breath, but this week it goes to my girl Stephanie from Asylum Fibers, who is killing it. Oh my gosh, I love her yarn. I have a fuzz attached to my eyelash, and I'm just going to work through it. My Brio Duo of the week is 2 Asylum Fibers colors. I love, love, love her yarn. Here they are. And I just think together, this would make such a good Brio Duo. And this is her purple that I love. This is a Franny approved purple, and it's called Delirium. Now I'm showing this on her Erin Aran base. It does dye up a slight bit differently on all her different bases, but it looks a little blue in the camera. It's really a perfect purple, and it's got depth of color and a little bit of a gradient to it, and I just love it to death. But I think that it goes beautifully with her Tits Out Collective color. And let's see, what did she name hers? If I want exposure, I'll get my tits out. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I love it. And so I bought 2 in the Erin Aran, which I probably could do something with. That might be enough to do something with. I don't know. I don't work with Aran that much, so I have to, let's see. It's 181 yards. That's actually really good. So I could probably do something with this. It's almost about 550 yards. But I also bought her colorway on singles. And this is how much I love Stephanie, and I hope that she loves me. I think she does. I feel love from her. She, for about a week, she was like, guys, I'm doing a second run of my Tits Out Collective colorway because it's sold out, and I want to give everyone a chance to buy it. So in every day she would post 2 more days. You got 1 more day to order it. And the minute that pre-order expired, I went, oh, I want 2 more skeins of it. So I texted her. I said, I'm sorry, but can I get 2 more skeins? And she's just like, yeah. Sure, Dan, I got you covered. But she must have been thinking in her head, dude, I've been saying this for a week, and I'm really sorry. But I got it, and I love it, and I don't know. Well, actually, I do know what I'm going to do with it. I bought Julie Knits in Paris's pattern. Oh no, why can't I remember the name? I'll put it in the down bar. I love Julie. I met her at EYF. She is a fantastic soul, and her designs are really, really great. I mean, if she must be really good at math or something, because some of her shawls, I mean, they look like you had to do calculus to figure out how to knit this shawl. Not how to knit it, how to design it. But she did come out with a pattern that was a really deep cut V, and it was a little bit off the shoulders, and it had a band around the bottom. And I think I'm going to modify it just slightly. Not because I don't think she's an incredible designer, but because I think that she's got a better body than I do. And I just kind of want to make the top a little bit longer and the band around the bottom a little bit shorter. So I'm going to try to do that because I have to modify everything. I'll probably ruin it, but I'm going to try. I don't know where I put the pattern though. I did print it out. Anyway, you know Julie Knits in Paris with her silly Sunday, and she's always dancing, and I just love her inhibition and her playfulness and her hair. I like when she like blows it out so it's feathered back, like the teal feathering looks awesome. So I bought 4 skeins. I don't think I need it. I think I only need about 2. So I'll just keep them because I love them. Steph, you killed it. I just think they're gorgeous. So guys, a lot of the indie designers that took part in the Tits Out Collective, they're still selling their colors. And so there is still time to purchase. I don't know if they're still giving to charity, but it was just such a great movement. Please be a part of it. I don't know any other designers that did stuff for the day. I didn't read up on it as much as I should have, but I'm sure that Countess Ablaze has it all documented, and I'm sure that if you search the hashtag Tits Out Collective on Instagram, I'm sure that everything will come up that was a part of it. And I think I'm going to scroll through it later because it was really a phenomenon. And I hope that Countess Ablaze does it again next July and calls us all back to action because it was amazing. So thank you. Okay, guys, here's the fun part. You want to see what I bought? I showed you a lot of it already. So, of course, I bought 6 skeins of the Tits Out Collective colorway from Asylum Fibers. I also bought a bunch of sewing patterns. And why did I buy sewing patterns? Because I took a sewing class. There is an adorable sewing salon. I don't know what to call it. It's in Westfield, New Jersey, and it's called Urban Society. And I've become friends with one of the owners, Megan. They're both named Megan, so you can't lose by saying you're friends with Megan. And I took one of her class with a bunch of my knitting friends. We had all sewn before, but we just really wanted to help following a pattern, bringing something to fruition from the beginning. And Meg is such a great teacher. This is Meg Sawyer. She calls herself Meg Sawyer on Instagram. Sawyer. This is my bag. So it's got like, Minnie and Mickey. And then the red top with a drawstring right here. See? It's on one side. So you pull it and it makes it like a bucket. And I really love it. Look inside. It's got more Minnie and Mickey. See? In like a darker color. And I probably should have used the darker color for the outside of the bag and use this for the inside, but I just love this so much. I think it's such a good fabric. It's for Franny to take around the house. She is having a Minnie phase right now. She is loving Minnie Mouse. And so I had taken her to Joann Fabric with me to go and get the fabric to make the bag, and she was just like pulling Minnie off the shelves. So I made her a little bag because she's my baby girl. Anyway, this is the bucket bag. If you look on, I forget the name. I'll put it in the down bar. She has an Etsy store, and this pattern is in her Etsy store, and it's incredibly easy to follow pattern to sew this bag. So if you do know your way around a sewing machine, you can make this bag. You can also take a class at Urban Society. So if you go to urbansociety.com, there's a bunch of classes, and there's even classes for children. So they do these like summer camp intensives, which you can buy like a bunch of classes at once, or it's one day and it's like all day and your kid will make something from beginning to end. It's really, really a great store. So I really hope you guys will take time out of your day to go visit. And if you're ever on your way up through New Jersey, it's literally right off the Parkway. So pull off the Parkway, have your husband go shopping in downtown Westfield, and go take a sewing class because you'll really, really love it. I love my bag. And just unknowingly, which is really weird, when I was buying all sorts of thread for my class, I happened to buy all the colors for the Tits Out Collective. Who knew? It was just random. But then, of course, I, made a bag, so now I'm like, oh, I can make anything, which is so not true, and which is why I'm going to be taking some classes with Emily, who is Slow Fashion Rebel on Instagram. She works with Kristen Lair from Vool and Vine Yarns, and I'm going to be trekking out to Brooklyn probably sometime in August or September because she is an excellent seamstress. She used to make costumes. See, Christy Glass did an interview with her. See the interview because it's really a great interview. And it shows how all of us in this community have a story to tell. I had no idea all these things about Emily. I loved the interview. It wasn't super long, but it was really, really interesting. And so she's going to be giving me some private classes. I did buy some patterns though because during the summer I love to make muumuus. I just like to wear big muumuus. Throw it on over like a little bralette. I don't even wear regular bras during the summer because no. So I bought this pattern, which is, it's Very Easy Vogue. And I was like, has the words very easy in it. Sounds good. And this is a little too 70s for me, but I love this dress. I actually have a dress that's this shape. And so I think I'm going to try to make that maybe out of some Rifle Paper Company fabric because I tend to buy it and I never know what to do with it. So I need to start sewing. So I bought that at Joann Fabrics. I bought some other patterns at Joann Fabrics too, and I don't know what I did with them. So that's cool. Nope. But I bought two patterns at Urban Society when I was there for the class. One is this cute little hippie dress called the Roscoe dress. And these are by truebias.com. And I really love it. I like dresses you can just throw on. I have dresses that are that shape, so it's going to be nice to be able to make my own. And then I bought these, which is a Hudson pant. And this is also by truebias.com. But look at those pants. They're like really cute sweatpants, right? And I wear a lot of Splendid. Do you guys know that brand Splendid? They make the best leggings ever. But, like I had bought a pair of sweatpants. They were Splendid sweatpants that were this exact shape. And they were great because you could just lounge around the house. And then if you had to go out, you didn't look like a schlub. So anyway, I think that Megan is going to be teaching a class on how to make these pants because all the girls in my class, we all love them. And we're like, can you teach us how to make them? And so she might be running a class on that. So stay tuned. I'll let you know. I really loved my sewing class. I think during the summer, I'm not so much of a knitter as I am a crafter during the summer. I really like to do all different kinds of things because sometimes having the knitting, it gets hot. And sometimes you just need a break. I don't want to start hating it. I don't want to do it so much that I'm like, ugh, I have to knit. I want to knit. I want to knit. So sometimes you just have to put it down. So do you guys follow Gigi Made It? Because Gigi is my girl and I love her. I love her to death. She's just like the nicest person. She's positive and bubbly and she's super creative. She really is. She also has the best logo in the knitting community. And she happened to turn her logo into an embroidery. So I ordered one of her embroidery kits, TreyChicStitchery.com, and I don't know if there are any left, but this is her logo. And if anybody was following along, did anyone follow along when Gigi was doing this? Because she made up her own stitch to do this beautiful girl's hair. And so this is, of course, supposed to be Gigi herself. And one of her friends designed this logo for her, and it's excellent. I love it. And I can't wait to do it. And so the kit comes with the hoop, and it comes with whatever color you chose. You can do, it comes with black thread and also whatever color you choose to do the yarn ball. See the yarn ball? Now, since I'm doing Gigi, I chose orange. Now, I'm not really an orange person, but I thought if I did it in any other color, it just wouldn't be Gigi. So, Gigi, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to come to you, and you're going to help me with the hair, and then I'm going to put it on my wall in my craft attic, and you're going to stare at me as I'm doing stuff up here in my attic. But it came with everything you need. It came with the cloth. There is a choice of different colors of cloth. I believe there's 2. It comes with the paper and the pattern. I believe that you put this in the hoop and with this on top of it, and you just stitch right through it. And then you put it in water and this just dissolves. I have to read the directions. I have to read them. Anyway, it comes with everything, and I believe it was about $35. And guys, if you bought all this stuff separately, it would have been more than that. So Très Chic Stitchery did a really great thing putting together these kits so that we can all stitch Gigi. So go over to Très Chic Stitchery and get your kit if you love Gigi and you want to support her. Look, it even comes with needles. It really comes with everything that you need, so you don't have to order stuff on Amazon and then it comes and you don't like it. This is a really good quality hoop too. Like usually if you go to Joann's, they're crappy. This is a good one. I mean, it should be. With a name like Très Chic, I mean, come on. Now, if you guys are like me, you have a kid that likes to get into your creative stuff. And so what I normally do is I normally give her all my pins and she plays with them, and then I go around, look at this. And I go around my craft attic and I find them and I put them back. And we all have those fringe field bags that are getting super heavy because we're putting the pins all over them. And I love the way that looks. I think it's so much fun to collect things that way. But my fringe field bag is so heavy that I don't want to take it anywhere with me anymore. So what I'm going to be doing is I bought these really, really big embroidery hoops. They had bigger ones. These were not the biggest. And I'm going to be putting a cloth in this, putting all of my pins on it, and putting it on the wall. Because this is not an original idea. I saw someone do this. I cannot remember who I saw do it, or I would give them credit. But I did see it on Instagram. One of our knitting friends, I'm not sure who, she was taking all of her pins. I mean, I've got great pins, guys. I've got such good pins. Some of you have gifted me pins. Christy and I like to give each other stuff from the 80s. I love this. I love it. I have this one from Nerdbird Makery. Nevertheless, she knitted. There's an important one. Guys, Knitting Garage. Did you guys know they have pins? Call Leah. Get your pin from the Knitting Garage in Rhinebeck. It's really cute. It says Rhinebeck. I gave some of these out at UIF. Has anyone seen Muriel's Wedding? You're terrible, Muriel. If you like ABBA, greatest movie ever. I get these whenever I go to the city because I do love New York. I have so many, guys. Look, I have the Spin Cycle one from UIF. I love this pen. This is a good pen. It's one of the only pins that said Edinburgh Yarn Festival on it because their Edinburgh pin doesn't say Edinburgh on it, which is the only thing I didn't like. The only thing, because I loved Edinburgh Yarn Festival. I am still kvelling over it. I loved it. I had so much fun. I love my Craftivist pin. Anyway, enough of the pin parade. I just wanted to tell you that that's what I'm going to be doing with my hoops. And I got them in all different sizes. I got 2 of the big ones, and I got one that's a little bit smaller. And then I think I have this one just for when I do embroidery. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but all different sizes. And I'm going to split them up based on, like, I got these at different places. These ones are for my friends. These ones are pop culture. And I totally copied Sissy, and I got these because I love Harry Potter. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. I think it's going to be a really good way to present my pins. I don't have to worry about losing them, and I'm still going to leave some on my fringe bag, but I guess I can put them on the fringe bag when they're new, and then they'll get retired onto my wall, and I'll get to keep them. My uncle, totally random segue, my uncle he was a truck driver, and he loved cars and trucks, and he was such a fantastic truck driver. I mean, he would drive those big rigs, the really big ones, the 18-wheelers, and he would do this thing when he was younger. I think he was in his 40s. I was really little. And he would go to these rodeos, and he had to back up these huge trailers within like 2 inches of like these balloons and stuff. And he won twice. He won the entire tournament. And so what they would do is everyone there was from different parts of the country, and they had a pin from where they were from. And so he collected a bunch of pins, and he has this big board in his house that's covered in pins from all the people that he met. So that's one of the reasons I like this idea, is because something he did like 25 years ago, he still has a memory of. And so I have all these pins. I mean, like, I went and got all these Scotland pins, right? And I want a place to put them. Look, Twill and Print. She's so good. Places you can knit. Her stuff's so good. And like little taxis, which I usually have these on me. So if you ever meet me, get a taxi from me. I'm going to buy more and keep them with me. Of course, I have my Ravenclaw pin because proud Ravenclaw right here. Oh, I don't like living in a post-Carrie Fisher world. I just don't like it. We miss you, babe. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing with that. So I guess that's it, guys. I think I did that in record time. What did I want to tell you? Let's see. Some stuff about my life. Oh, yes. So we were talking about the Tits Out Collective. I think that there are a lot of women in our society that go through all different types of things, all different types of health scares, and I had never had one before about a month ago. I had a lump and it was growing a little bit, and so I had to get it checked out. But the way that the doctor told me about it really scared me. And between getting my biopsy on it and, you know, the initial, hey, we got to check this out, was about a week. And so I really thought that I was going to get some awful diagnosis, and it really made me think. So for about a week, I was really, really upset and just, you know, crying, like ugly crying. Every time Franny would fall asleep, I'd just sit next to her and ugly cry. And I luckily, you know, came out on the good end where nothing is wrong. It was just something and nothing is wrong. But I am just so upset that anyone ever has to go through this. You know, I lost my mother-in-law to breast cancer, and I know that so many of you, I'm sure, are dealing with your own battles, whether it's breast cancer or something else, or someone in your family is going through something. And I just wanted to tell you that, like, we're all here for you because, you know, we're all going through something, and we become friends because we love sticks and string, but we've also become a family. And if you guys need anything, if anything's going on in your life that you really need help with, please don't hesitate to talk to someone about it. Talk to us. We care. So I just wanted to tell you guys that because, you know, this whole Tits Out Collective thing really made me think, because there were so many charities and everyone really donated to women's charities. And there's so many things that we as women go through, and we shouldn't have to go through them alone. So I just want you guys to know, if you're watching, I thank you for watching me. I'm flattered that you watch me. And if there's ever anything you need, please contact me. I will do my best to help you. I guess that's all I have to say about that. I guess in addition to that, I was talking about my garden at the beginning of the episode, and I am loving gardening. I am loving it, guys. Like, I go out there all the time, and I'm just, you know, picking off the dead leaves, or like transferring a plant from here to there, or seeing, I mean, like, I grew a strawberry. Like, I grew an eggplant. We had eggplant parm for dinner. I grew that. You should see all of the cucumbers coming in, and pickles are like my favorite thing. So yeah. Ooh, Rhinebeck, they have pickles there too. Rhinebeck just is the best place on earth. So if you guys are able to get to Rhinebeck, please do. Yeah, I ate those pickles for a really long time. They were really hot too. They were hot pickles, and I would sit there and my eyes would be just tearing, and I'm like, this is delicious. So yeah, I mean, if you guys can get to Rhinebeck, do it. But I am loving gardening. And, you know, I really was inspired. Before Christy and I became really good friends, she had this YouTube channel called Glass Posse, and she would do a garden update. She has this epic garden at her house upstate. Lavanya Patricella, one of our favorite designers, she is also a really great gardener. Have you seen the sunflowers that she grows? I think she eats out of her garden every single day. So she was like a massive inspiration. Brittany from Machete Shop, she actually lives on a farm, you guys. It's a gorgeous farm I hope to visit very soon. Franny and I are going to hop in the car and go out there. I think it's in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. It's like right over the border. I'm so happy that she and I became friends. I love her. I can't wait to meet her daughters, and her garden is off the hook. It's insane. And she also, her husband built her, like, and she built it with him. So like, it wasn't all him, but must be nice to have a really handy husband like that. I mean, my husband's handy with computers. Like, oh, hon, my computer's crashing and it's eating my files. And he's like, do. It's okay. But her husband and she built a dye studio. Sorry, guys, I had to pause that for a second because the biggest eyelash known to man just attacked me. But always keep a compact in your knitting bag. This one says Darling, and it's from Kate Spade. It was made for me. Okay. As I was saying, Machete Shop, she has this new, she's rebranding. She has a new dye studio that's like off the hook insane. I can't wait to visit it. I'm so excited for you, Brittany. It's going to be amazing. You guys have to hop over to macheteshop.com. I say it every episode, but her yarn is just beautiful and I drool over it and I absolutely love it. I love it. What else in my life? I don't really know what else to tell you guys. Next week, I am going to LA for my friend's wedding. I'm only going to be there for like 2 nights, so I really wanted to go and visit the fiber community in LA, but I'm not going to have time, so I'm really sorry. Next time I'm out there, I don't go out there very often, but I don't know, is there a fiber community in LA? I don't know very much about it. I assume so. I was looking it up and I think there were like a couple stores, but I don't know. I mean, it's hot there, so I don't know how much knitting gets done. I know that a lot gets done up Northern California, but guys, if you know anything about the knitting community in LA, please let me know. I might have a couple hours on Thursday. I am just messing up my makeup left and right. I just look like a hot mess now. I've been trying to not eat as many carbs because, guys, I am like the carb queen. There's no reason that I should be the size that I am. I'm not fat, I'm not big, but I am not healthy right now, and so I'm trying to get healthier. So if you guys know any recipes that do not have any garlic or onions in them that I can make for my family, I would really appreciate you sending them over to me. Desserts are fine. My husband loves dessert. But he's allergic to garlic and onions, which I actually think are really good for you. So I think it's one of the reasons I may not be feeling so well is because I don't eat them, really, because I can't cook it in the house. It bothers him. But like leeks and shallots and chives, anything in the family also bothers him. But if you guys have any recipes that are good, please send them along because I'm dying here. I am dying. I may be releasing a Gemma Darling recipe this week, though, because I started roasting these mushrooms with tomatoes, and they're delicious. Absolutely delicious. You can add garlic and onions if you want to, but it is not in the recipe. So I may be doing a little Gemma Darling cooking show soon. I like to usually keep that for Vlogmaka, but I'm not waiting till then. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end it there. I hope you will join in on the Tecumseh Cowl. I'm going to put a little blurb in my Ravelry page, and I'm sure Chelsea Yarns and also the Knothouse are going to be doing the same thing. So guys, please stay tuned. Get your yarn ready. It's DK. It's an easy knit. It's a lot of fun. And even if you're not going to Rhinebeck, pretend you are and knit along with us, okay? So until next week, and you know that means next month, but I'm gonna say next week in the hopes that I do record next week. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.